Okay. Today I am going to explain about P2p cycle. Yeah, my voice is clear. Can you hear me? Please give a response.
Yeah, madam, it's audible.
Yeah.
Yes, madam, your voice is audible now.
Yeah. My screen is visible now.
Yeah, yes, madam.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your confirmation. Today I am going to explain about P2p cycle. Before that, we have to know the procure to pay process. For that, first step is material requirement planning. Here, material requirement planning means it refers to the some technique of using a that manufacturing production or schedule to figure out what supplied material you will need. That means so many processes there. No, for that what material we will need, then when you will need them. Uh, Material requirement planning, it's control the procedure planning, material valuation, etc. Material requirement planning, it's carried out by MRP controller in production department. After material requirement planning, then vendor selection will be occur. Uh, what is the meaning of vendor selection means there is a lot of vendors is there in business society. For that, which vendor is best and which vendor is give proper materials to us, that is the vendor selection. It is one of the important step in procurement process. With the help of vendor selection only, will obtain quotations from sources and comparing them, then vendors are selected. We will give a advertisement or any messages to vendors. After that, they give a quotations for us, then only we will select a vendors. After we will select a vendor, then we will ask for quotation. Here we will select the vendors, right? For that vendors, requesting potential vendors to submit a quotation for a material or whatever it services are material or services. Then they will give a quotation for us. That quotation contains the some vendor terms and conditions and constituents the basis of vendor selection. After that, purchase, it will also known as a PR. In our organization there are various departments. For departments may require some materials or services. Employee belong to the department needs to raise a purchase request or a purchase requisition. This PR needs to have information like name of the material, quantity, then quality, then expected date of delivery and expected price. These are all in the purchase requisition. Then purchase requisition, it may also need to be approved by head of the department before initiating finance department approval. For example, in MM department, they need some material. For that, employee can raise a purchase requisition with the approval of their leads. Then after that only they consult the Department of Finance. After that only Finance Department officer approve the purchase requisition. Purchase groups create the purchase order for purchasing department. After purchase requisition, purchase order will take place. It's a very important step. Once purchase order is created, then purchase department initiates the procurement process. Uh, Purchasing department gives purchase order to vendor. Then vendor supplies the goods or services to the company and bills the company accordingly. In purchase order, it has a information like order type, vendor, then vendor address, some quantity of material, then purchase price, then delivery date, then terms and conditions, etc. After the creation of purchase order, then goods receipt will occur. Goods receipt means GR. In some companies, goods receipt note GRN also. GRN means goods receipt note. It will be raised when our organization receives the goods. Then only goods receipt is posted in SAP. That the T code is step only FI to MM integration will be occur. For this accounting, for the above steps, we don't have any entries. In goods receipt only, we have to create entry for this. Inventory account debtor to GRIR account. GRIR account is a temporary account. This is the entry of goods receipt. When we receive the goods, then only the general entry will pass in transaction code MIGO. After that, invoice receipt will occur. Also known as IR. The T code is Miro or Miro. This only general entry is there. The entry will be GRIR account debtor to vendor account. Whenever asked to P2p cycle in interview, we have to discuss about this general entries on also. This is the weightage of our interviews. When our organization receives the bill from vendor, invoice receipt is posted in SAP. In that the T code of Miro, the account general entry will be GRIR account debtor to vendor account. After that, vendor payment. Before this, one step is there. That is three-way matching. Three-way matching. Here, FSCO consultant may match the three sectors, that is PO, then IR, then invoice receipt. Yeah, in purchase order, the quantity and quality price is same. Then it will be also considered in invoice receipt. Then yeah, for these three processes equally, we have to check it properly. After that only vendor payment will be occur. Here, vendor needs to be paid on time. It's the terms and conditions. We already discussed in that requisition or purchase requisition. On that terms and conditions is there. For this, we have to use APP and manual payments. In some institutions, in some organizations, they use APP. Some organizations, they use only manual payments. In APP, when we execute the F110, it picks up the invoices due for payment and process them for payment. Here, general entry is vendor account debtor to bank clearing account or main bank account. Outgoing bank account. After that, BRS will be takes place. In BRS also we have the general entries, that is outgoing bank account debtor to main bank account. Here we debit the outgoing bank and credit the main bank account. This is the process of P2P. I will explain one more time. Yeah. This is the overview of P2P cycle. P2P means procure to pay. This is the process of procurement process cycle. Here first step is material requirement planning. In this material requirement planning, we have to discuss about how much material we will need and when you will need them. Material requirement planning, it controls the pricing, material valuation, etc. Then material requirement planning carried out by some controller in production department. After that only we will occur at vendor selection. So in vendor selection, we have to select a vendor with the help of obtained quotations from sources. When for that only we will select the vendors. After the vendor selection, request for quotation will occur. For this, requesting potential vendor to submit a quotation for a materials. In vendor quotation, vendor quotation contains vendor terms and conditions, and then constituents the basis of our vendor selection. After that, purchase requisition will be occur. In our organization, in any organization, there are various departments. Departments may require some certain materials. For that, employee belong to the department needs to raise a purchase request or a purchase requisition. Then these purchase requisition need to have all information like what will need the material, then quantity, expected date, and delivery date. Yeah, there all are containing in purchase requisition. Purchase requisition may also need to be approved by the head of department before initiating the finance department approval. After that, purchase order will be occur. Once purchase order is created, then purchasing department initiates the procurement process. Yeah, purchasing department gives purchase order to vendor. Then vendor supplies the goods to the company and bills the company accordingly. In purchase order, some information like what is the material, vendor address, then quantity, purchase price, delivery date, terms and conditions, types of payment, terms of payment, etc. It will contains in purchase order. Then after that, after creating of purchase order, then goods receipt it will be taken. When our company receive the goods receipt is posted in SAP with the help of T code Migo. For that, accounting entry is inventory account debtor to GRIR account. After that only we have to raise that invoice receipt. When our company receives the bill from vendor, invoice receipt is posted in SAP with the help of Miro transaction. The the general entry is GRIR account debtor to vendor account. Then after that, three-way matching will be occur. FICO consultant, they match this PO, GR, and IR. After the matching of these three, then FICO consultant, uh, they go for vendor payment. So it will be occur in APP or manual payment. For APP, we will raise the F110 with the help of F110 T code. Is executed, it picks up the invoice due for payment and process them for payment. For this, vendor account debtor to outgoing bank account debtor is the general entry. Once organization receives bank statement online or bank statement is loaded into SAP and some automatic bank reconciliation happens, which results in in this accounting, outgoing bank account debtor to main bank account. This is the overall process of P2p cycle. Yeah, thank you for giving this opportunity. Yeah, this is my presentation today.